Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Karcher K5 pressure washer. And what I want to do today, first of all get it unboxed, show you around some of the accessories and everything that come with it. Then I want to give you a demonstration on my car outside. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up. Right, so I think we really need to get this unboxed. Now I've actually been after a pressure washer for quite some time now. I'm not really sure why I haven't bought one before, but I've done quite a lot of research, and I suppose I wanted one that I could wash my car with, not just to use it as a pressure washer, but I wanted the things like the foam jet to go with it as well, because I quite like my car. What do we got here? So, and also I wanted something where I could clean the drive with it. So hopefully I'll get to have a go with some of these different accessories. This looks really interesting. Let's just turn the box round because it gives that's it. Right, so it gives an accurate description. So there are different kits that come with these, and Karcher do a whole range of different pressure washers, things like K2, K3, K5, K7, and within that there are different models depending on what you wanted to pressure wash. Now for me, I'm quite interested in things like what they call the home kit, which this is part of it. This is really for cleaning things like your slabs or your patio area. And the main advantage with this is it's all self-contained and it just stops all of the rubbish going everywhere. That's something that I've seen some demonstrations of, and it looks really interesting. Because I've used a pressure washer before, and when you use it on things like slabs or your driveway, the amount of rubbish that goes everywhere over your garage door, and it just takes ages to clean up afterwards. So hopefully that could be a really good solution. But this is part of the, so which one? This is the wash brush. That can be used for the car. What have we got? A little net of some kind, and I assume this is like a tool caddy. We've got some stone and paving cleaner. And also some more liquid. This is the car shampoo. I'm definitely going to try that. This is, what do they call this? This is the foam jet. So that's part of it. I must admit, a little bit smaller than I thought. I've seen some of them that Karcher do, and they are a bit of a bigger size. So I think what I might do is if I really get on with this, which hopefully I will do, then I'm going to get the bigger version of that, just save having to refill it up. We've got a handle of some kind. I'll have a look through the instructions in a moment. We've got some other accessories. What have we got? Oh, we've even got a chamois. So that's really good. I've got some of my own cleaning cloths anyway. We've got some of the different lances. And then that's the main control. But I think what have we got? So we've got the wheels, a couple of wheels. Not sure why. I think I'd assumed it was going to be put together, but that's not an issue. And there we are. There's the main beauty. So we've got the instructions in here. So right, let's pop that box to the side, just where I've got a bit more space. So there we are. So this is it's quite a weight. I suppose if you're going to have to move it around, that's the advantage of having the wheels on it. So now I can start putting it together. First thing we need to do, put the wheels on. So that clips in the side there. Like that, you just need to rotate that around. And there are just a couple of screws just to hold those wheels in place. There we go, that's the second one in. And the next thing we need to put in is this plastic front part. I must admit, I don't know what it's technically called. That just slots in there, and apparently we need 2 of these, so they just pop in and you just twist those. There we are, that's those 2 slotted in, so that's the front parts attached on there. Now we attach the front part here. I suppose I'll call it a caddy. So yet again, that's just a couple of screws. They're only short screws, so they're easy and quick to put in. Then next we've got this part that sits on the front. Now this has got 4 screws on it. There we are, that's that part screwed in, ready to get on to the next bit. So now I've got all these parts attached. What I have done, I've just screwed the handle on there, and on the back there's just that little netting that I mentioned earlier, just to pop that on the back. The final thing really to do as far as the setup process is just to attach that's just a standard hose attachment that goes on the front there. And basically that's everything set up. So it's nice and easy, doesn't take too long, and all we needed was just a Phillips screwdriver. Really what I want to do, I suppose, is to have a look at the different accessories that they come with. So the first one to look at is this one called the Vario Power Jet. And with this one, this will just, I suppose, as it says, it just varies depending on what you are cleaning. I'm going to try and give these a demonstration of some of these outside in a minute. But that could be a good one for more general cleaning. This is called the Dirt Blaster, and this is a lot finer. So this could be good if you've got certain smaller areas that are a bit more stubborn that you want to clean, then that's really the one to use. And then all you've got is an extension that's 0.4 meters long. Next one, this is the power control gun. Now you have got the different settings on here. I'll just show you on here because it's easy to show you inside rather than trying to do it all outside. But all you need to do is you just need to press the gun, so pull the trigger to activate it. I did mention earlier about the wash brush, so this is something that can be good, can be useful. That should just slot in there like that, and all this will do is this will rotate on the car. I must admit, I'm not actually going to use it on my car. I'm not too keen on having brushes on there. I've got some other cloths and things that I'm going to use. But I think what I will do at some point, not for the video, but I will use it for cleaning the windows, because I've heard that this is a really good one to use just for sort of cleaning around the windows, especially things like the windowsills. Because it's a rotating brush, then that could be really good to get the dirt off. I did mention about the snow foam on here. They call it, well, the foam jet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to purchase one of the larger ones, because despite, you know, it comes with this, so you do get the car shampoo with it as well, which I'll just pour in here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of the bigger ones, because I don't want to keep refilling it. But it'll be interesting to see how it is on the car. I've not used one before on my car. And then one of the final accessories that comes with it is this, and this is the surface cleaner. And as I mentioned earlier, this is really good for things like slabs. And finally, just before I go outside, just really to mention that you've got a 5-meter mains cable with this one, and you've got a 10-meter hose. So this is something that is really good. I think that's really important to have a long hose on it. I know some of the other models on the market have a much shorter hose, and it can be quite frustrating, especially if you've got this plugged into the main socket and you're trying to battle where to put the actual cleaner. And this is part of the reason I went for this one, because it has got a good length of hose. And then you have got the storage on the back for that, so when you finish you can just wrap it around the back there. But it's just really to mention, well, to be honest, my knees are hurting. I've been sat like this for a while. I'm getting a bit old for sitting like this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get my shoes on, and go and start to go outside. But what I want to do, first of all, I'm just going to clean the slabs. So you'll see that I've got a slabbed area just outside. It's a little pathway. When it comes to cleaning my car, because I'm going to do some of the cleaning outside and then I'll finish talking inside. But what I'm going to try and do is when it comes to cleaning my car, I must admit, over the years I've been really enthusiastic. I'd spend hours and hours cleaning the car. Now, since we've got kids and we've got things like football clubs and after school clubs and all of this, getting the kids run around, I feel less enthusiastic about cleaning my car. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick rinse first, give the wheels and the wheel arches a clean, give it a good snow foam, just wash it. So I'm going to wipe it over with a cloth, and then give it another rinse over, and then give it a dry over with a microfiber cloth. I know for some people they might be thinking, well, that's not really the way you wash your car ideally. I don't have a huge amount of time, but that's the way I'm going to try it. So I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee, get my shoes on, and we're going outside. So this is an area down the side of my house, and I must admit, you can just tell from here that these are some of the slabs, and during the winter, especially at the moment, when they're wet, they're really mossy, they haven't been cleaned for a long time, and it does get really, really slippy. So what I want to do on the first slab, so on this one, I just want to give it a good jet washing. On this one, I'm going to use this is the Vario Power Lance, just to see how we get on. Wow, can't believe how easy that was. It's made a huge difference. You can tell that even just in that short space of time, that even going from that to that, it's a lot grippier. But really what I want to do now is to get the surface cleaner. So I'm going to try this, because I must admit it has made quite a lot of mess going around. So let's get it the right way first. There we are. So this will be really interesting, just to see how we get on with this, because in theory the idea is, and I might need to play with the settings a bit at the bottom, that it shouldn't create any of the mess that I've just made on the rest of the wall. Now, I'm actually flabbergasted. I couldn't believe how easy that was. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my car a quick wash. It will be a quick one because it looks like it is going to rain. First of all, what I'm going to do is to give a quick rinse over all round, and then I'll use the snow foam on it. So I'm just going to swap over to the snow foam now. Oh, again, let's put it in the right way. I have seen some people have commented that there are different ways of doing it, so I'm just going to have a quick go, see how we get on. So I've literally chosen probably the worst weather to be doing this in, because a minute ago it started to rain, now the sun's come out, and any of you know that when you're washing your cars, if the sun comes out it's a nightmare, because especially on a black car like this, it's going to start to dry really quickly. So all I've done is I did snow foam it. I must admit I did get through a bit more than I thought, but I've done the whole car. I've given it a quick wash over with the mitt. Now I'm going to rinse it off using the pressure washer, and then I'm going to get a cloth and I'm going to dry it, microfiber cloth. Now I've used the pressure washer, I must say I'm really impressed. It was so much easier and so much quicker than just using the hose pipe and a gun on the end of the hose. I know I have still used the wash mitt over it. I think it needed that because it was quite dirty. Now I've got my microfiber cloth. I must admit I do like these. I prefer them to a chamois or some of the blades like I used to use to get the water off. I'm going to use one of these just to get the car nice and dry now before it starts to get all streaky on there. So there we go. Just a really quick wash, quick dry. I think I've just about caught it. I've got a delivery just arriving. So I think that's me done over here. So now I've finished that, sort of battling with the elements a little bit of rain, too much sun in the end. I hate washing my car when it's like that, especially being black. I need to do it in a hurry, especially using the microfiber cloth, just to make sure there's no dry marks on it. But I did it, and I must admit it looks fantastic. But I suppose really, just to summarise about the K5, I could have done a huge number of demonstrations. There's so many demonstrations I could do. I must admit, the slabs down the side of my house, I'm going to carry on doing that this afternoon, because as it happens, the sun's come out now. There's no chance of rain, ironically. But I was really, really impressed with how it cleaned the slabs, especially using the surface cleaner. That was absolutely fantastic. It almost felt like it was just gliding across the top. It was so much easier than just using the variable lance. That has a purpose, I must admit, in tight corners. That would be really, really good. Also, when it comes to cleaning the car, it was so much quicker than using the hose pipe. That's one of the main reasons I wanted the pressure washer. But again, using the foam, I think using the foam, it's something I do need to get used to. There are different settings on it. I'm quite surprised how much foam I got through. I'm not quite sure if I didn't have one of the settings quite right. It was a bit runnier than I thought. Some of the other people I've seen, when they've either recorded videos, or I've got a couple of neighbours that use these, and when they basically have the foam on the car, it does just stay on there. So I think I need to work on the settings a little bit, but it is the first time I've ever used one, so I'm still pleased with the results of it. But I suppose really, all I'll say is I hope you've enjoyed the video on the Karcher K5. If you are thinking of buying one of these, I have provided some links below to show you where to get them at competitive prices. All I would normally say is, if you have enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, leave any comments below. I always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. I know that, as I said earlier, there's a huge number of demonstrations I could do, but I just wanted to try and keep it fairly short. But if you've got any comments, also if you have got one of these, if you have got a Karcher, it doesn't have to be the K5, it could be any of the other pressure washers. Let me know what you think about it, because I do always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.